Well, a developing story this afternoon. Trade unions NUM and NUMSA have accepted Eskom's 7% wage increase offer. This brings to an end the wildcat strike at the power utility. The mass action has been pinned as the reason for persistent power cuts across the country, especially the onset of stage 6 blackouts. Heidi Giokos bringing us those details this hour. Heidi, they've signed the agreement and we're waiting to hear official announcement, but the deal is as good as sealed.
Yes, it is, Brad, and it is as good as sealed. We do know that NUM, National Union of Mine Workers, earlier on indicating, it was William Mabapa from NUM indicating that the deal has been signed. We do know that NUM, together with NUMSA, had asked for a 10% salary increase. However, Eskom had put 7% on the table after it seemed as though there was no agreement between unions and Eskom. They have accepted the 7% wage offer. This is a significant move, and it's developing. The reason for this is because workers had embarked on an unprotected strike. Eskom had then gone to court to get an interdict to stop workers from striking because they are deemed as an essential service. Eskom indicating that because of this unprotected strike, they therefore had to implement stage 6 blackouts, of course really frustrating and inconveniencing South Africans because they had no other option but to implement that stage 6 blackouts, the blackouts that were implemented. What we do know is that currently union leaders together with Eskom management are meeting to finalise that wage deal and to finally sign off on it. What's crucial here is though that other demands might have not been met, like the terms of service and a number of other demands which they call the sweeteners, so additional benefits perhaps, or looking back at 2018 and 2019 wage disputes that were not met, and we do know that they could possibly still be in arbitration, but we'll get more clarity on that when we do engage with union leaders once they come out, and we'll also be trying to engage with Eskom. But I do think it's a significant move. Unions had been wanting to sign. They did not want to be in a position where workers were subjecting themselves to an unprotected strike, and of course Eskom basically putting the blame at the door of the workers that were on strike to say they have no other choice but to roll out stage 6 blackouts.
Okay, was there any sweetener that shifted the position there of the unions to accept the deal? Because I understand there were a number of other issues that they wanted Eskom to address.
So I think this is currently what they are discussing, Bradan. I think they're trying to find a way to come to a common ground when it comes to the sweeteners that they had been asking for. But the biggest one being the terms of service, and they had indicated that workers had been subjected to a significant decrease in the salary they had been getting for terms of service, and they wanted that to be relooked at and adjusted, but also to be back paid. Whether or not Eskom is going to agree to that, I think they will park that for now, and hopefully they'll come to some kind of agreement. We'll get more clarity on that, but I think the biggest one being that both NUM and NUMSA agreed upon the 7% wage increase, whereas previously they had been stuck on the 10%. We know that Eskom had offered under 5% and then just a little over 5%, and that was not even across the board, whereas we know that there has been an agreement for a 7% wage increase across the board, above inflation. And when we had spoken to NUM, they said, look, it's not exactly what they wanted. They're not very happy with it, but they are satisfied, and this is why they've decided as union leaders to go back to their members, offer it to their members, and their members indicating that they are satisfied and they will accept the 7%.
Thank you very much, Heidi Giokos. We'll have to wait and see then what comes out of this latest discussions there. But the wage deal has been sealed. There's an agreement. There could be other issues that are being ironed out. Meanwhile,